a touch. Sometimes it's done with a whole lot of kisses and a whole lot of touches. With the fingers, as well as other parts of the body. Trying to get his point across. Sometimes trying to let his woman know how much he dig her, how much he adore her. In keeping with that trend, ladies and gentlemen, we the members of Boost's Rubber Band would like to, first of all, say thanks very kindly for bringing us this far. That's to everybody, and to especially the ladies. We have flowers for you, so if you can bring the house lights up just a little bit, we got some flowers for the women, see? This is our way of saying thank you. Here you go, man. Right on. Now, see, we went to Africa and got those flowers. Those flowers got a curse on them. All the women that got flowers, for some reason, you can't help but say yes. A whole lot of kisses and a whole lot of touches. Thank you very kindly. I can remember at the beginning of the set when we spoke of a group of young men originating out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We failed to mention names. We didn't give you any names, any birth signs, anything of that sort. Sometimes we don't have time to go into that. But what we feel that is extremely necessary and what we must do each and every night is to introduce to you Boots' Rubber Band Singers. So if you will, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause first of all for Bone. Bone, Boots' Rubber Band Singers. Bone. And his partner, Peanut. Peanut, we love y'all.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I'd rather be with you.
Till I'm through. Oh yes, I do. I'd rather be with you until that day will fly away. I just love that smiling face in the early sun. I can have you to myself, then life's so fine.
I'd rather be with you.
Oh baby, yeah, I'd rather be with you.
I'd rather be with you.
Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I want to hold your hand if I can, just realize. I want to be your friend, not now and then, but until the end. I just love the way you act, and that's fact. I want to be your number one, so get to that. Oh, I just like to say that, oh man, long time.
Baby, yeah.
I know you might think I'm trying to be funny, baby. I'm really serious. Oh. It's a cold, cold world, baby.
I'd
really rather be with you, baby.
I just rather be with you.
Let me just take my time, baby. I'll show you how much I love you. I like to just play for you on my space base. Is it all right? Okay, in order to do that, y'all got to give me the funk in order for me to give you the funk. So let's pop our fingers right here. Quiet, fellas, real down. I want to hear the pops. Shh. I'm gonna take you there, baby. You know that place I was telling you about? I'm gonna take you there. Just keep popping your fingers, baby. And I'm gonna cream. You're gonna see me coming. I'm gonna come all in your face, baby. Hold on, baby. Pop on, baby. Watch out. I'm gonna take you there, baby. Watch out. Oh, baby. Can I take you there? Can I take you there, baby? Okay, keep popping. I ain't through yet. Give me them pops. We just about there. We're gonna nut this time, okay? Is it all right? We're gonna nut. We're gonna come at the same time. Be all right, baby. I just like to talk to you for a while.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I do.
Today is going to be the weigh-in for that event. Hello, everyone. My name is Luke Thomas. That is Brian Campbell. We are from CBS Sports and the hosts of Morning Combat. If you want more information, you can go to youtube.com/Morning Combat. It's a combat sports show. But today, BC, we are here to watch the weigh-in for this card. By the way, it'll start 9 p.m. in the East. You can go to showtime.com right now for more information about buying the pay-per-view. I think you can actually buy it even from showtime.com. But 4 fights on that main card, none bigger, BC, than that main event.
None bigger than the pay-per-view main headliner for each, the first in their career to get to this level, and for Gervonta Davis, just 25 years old. We talked for so long, one of the future pillars of this sport. Floyd Mayweather, the reigning all-time pay-per-view king, tabbed him very early. Floyd is his promoter, mentor, takes a hands-on approach, but it's up to Gervonta Davis now. And the biggest test to date from this standpoint, Luke, not just putting your brand front and center from a pay-per-view level, but really going up against a guy who's maybe more talented, more accomplished, and maybe best equipped to do something Tank Davis has never done. Go 12 full rounds, potentially stretch him out and force him to bring out the boxing. Leo Santa Cruz, the 4-division champion, certainly the right dance partner for this big of a debut.
We're going to talk about this a whole lot in detail. We're going to do our picks after we see the weigh-in, but we have to talk about the weigh-in because I think it's going to be relatively easy. It's never easy, but relatively easy for Leo Santa Cruz. But we know Tank Davis, as talented as he is, he has had some issues before. Now, he did tell the world yesterday at the press conference that he had had a 15-week camp, BC. Still, can you tell the audience where some of the hiccups have been for Tank Davis on the scales and what you're expecting to see today.
Tank Davis is a young champion who came into a lot of success and money early. I think we're starting to really see, though, the maturation process, the change. The proof, as Floyd Mayweather would say, will be in the pudding when he steps on the scale. But he just recently moved up to 135 pounds, won a secondary WBA title by stopping Yuriorkis Gamboa. But for this fight, he's moving back down in weight, 130 pounds. Leo Santa Cruz won titles in 4 different weight divisions, 130 being the top of that. So you like the unique element of 2 titles, 2 divisions on the line at the same time, something we haven't seen, oh, by the way, since the Floyd Mayweather-Marcos Maidana pay-per-view rematch in 2014. But if Tank Davis doesn't make weight, it's certainly a big hiccup. We've seen him lose his title on the scales before at 130 pounds in the past. That's a big thing. It's also going to be how he looks. Right. Because if he comes in and you're telling us it's full speed ahead, this will be the best Tank Davis you've ever seen, then you certainly love his chances. It's probably why he's been installed as the betting favorite. But he's got to prove to us that the commitment is on that same level. And there may be no better of a mentor, Luke, in your ear than somebody like Floyd Mayweather. Health is your wealth, the guy who lives it in between fights.
Yeah, never took a whole lot of damage in his career. Had some tough fights along the way. A teetotaler, famously did not drink.
Hey guys, drop some likes for me.
Like
Please like the video. I'm working on something the next couple of weeks.
About the weigh-in. Let's say he can make it right.
But yeah, this is live.
No loss of a title on the scales. Everything goes forward as normal in that sense, though. You still need to be, as an insurance policy, able to fight well in that final third of a contest. If it goes in the full 12 rounds, you can't just rely on the knockout power, even though it has been a formidable trait for him. I am very curious to see, because I think he will make it. I'm not so much worried about getting to the finish line there. But did you crawl across the finish line? Did you have your hands up triumphantly? That's sort of what I'm looking for here. Has he had, in your mind, what is his best performance at 130? Does something stand out to you in that 130 campaign?
I mean, when he fought that version of Jose Pedraza, who came up and really was looking to put it on him, and Tank got him out of there. And look, we saw him stretch to levels against Gamboa in the fight that went 12 rounds. Although
neither guy like Santa Cruz
go to the finish. But, you know, Davis said it himself the best. He respects the effort Gamboa put in, but he thought he was surviving, looking to hang around until Tank ultimately stopped him. What we have not seen, Luke, is for all the talk about Tank Davis being this big puncher, and he is. He's got the second highest knockout percentage in all of boxing for ranked fighters. He's only gone the distance once. That was a 6-round fight 6 years ago, Luke. We have not seen him in the second half of a fight in the championship rounds with somebody who can push him on this level. That's why you love this fight. That's why Leo Santa Cruz is that right opponent at that right time, because nobody is more equipped at filling up the stat sheet with punches and bunches and really pushing you into those late rounds. We've seen Leo in great rivalries with Abner Maris, with Karl Frampton. Those were at featherweight, though. What's it going to look like when he steps up and faces Gervonta's power? I think just as much as we want to check Davis's gas tank late, do we want to check Leo's chin early? You know Gervonta does.
Yeah, what about that in terms of the size for him? Because he has a little bit of room to play with relative to what he has normally boxed at, right? He's going up to 130 here. That's a bit hard of a cut to get down for Davis. It's going to be much easier to make for Leo. But yet, at the same time, you wouldn't want to pack on a whole lot of non-functional size, right? I mean, the key for him is going to be what? Volume. It's going to be output. I mean, having excess weight, even if it's for extra power, I don't know that that will really benefit him a whole lot in the end.
Yeah, I want to see how big Leo gets coming in. Here's what he has as an advantage. You understand this. Leo was always a tall champion. The only fighter to win titles at 118, 122, 126, and 130. And oh, by the way, looking to move into that select group of people who have won titles in 5 divisions. But he's tall. He's long. He's going to have those advantages against Tank Davis. He's going to have maybe the stamina, the boxing ability. We've seen Leo be able to switch it on and be the aggressor, be the counter boxer and all that. But, Luke, you got to be able to weather a storm. And I like hearing from Team Santa Cruz and saying, we know we have to fight smart. We know we have to fight a perfect game to some degree. But you know who Leo is at the end of the day? A Mexican-American warrior. His dad, his brother, they're going to be in the corner saying, box, box, box. How easily will it be to lure him into something maybe that suits Gervonta Davis more, showing off that big power?
Yeah, there's a couple ways that the first half of that fight could go, right? Both have sort of pegged the early start to that as being very, very influential in maybe the fight ending there, but certainly how the second half could look. And so if you're a Santa Cruz and in the first half you've been a little bit more careful but still high on volume and that's working, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what if it is Brooke? What if Gervonta Davis is sticking a jab in your face? What if he's able to land big shots and then get out of the way, and you've been keeping your volume a little bit low and maybe being a little bit more mindful of range? Honestly, BC, I don't think it's all that crazy to think if a more concerted approach doesn't work early, you just go to the well with what you know a little bit late, don't you?
And you want to find out what people are made of. And again, it's Gervonta's blessing could be a curse in that he's blown people away so early in so many fights. And as soon as he touches them, you see the fight-changing power. It's a big reason why at 25 he's been able to fill out arenas in different areas of our country. He's been able to produce big cable ratings. He's going to get his first pay-per-view close-up 3 years earlier than his mentor Floyd Mayweather did against Arturo Gatti some 15 years ago. But for all the talk about commercialism, and that's what you do when you put your brand at the pay-per-view level, Luke, all these two fighters want to talk about is the potential critical acclaim at stake from a pound-for-pound sense. Leo's been around the top 10 for years. Tank wants to crash that top 10. Do you believe the winner of this fight could see themselves across the board being a universal top 10 pound-for-pound fighter?
I think the winner here, and let's say it's not controversial, doesn't have to be a stoppage necessarily, but whoever gets their hand raised, you say, okay, that person clearly won this, whether that's through decision or whether that's through stoppage, one way or the other. I think that person's going to get two things out of this. One, a series of fights presented to them after this that are just going to be mouthwatering. Remember, this is Davis's debut on pay-per-view. It's Santa Cruz's debut on pay-per-view as well. Both of them are kind of leveling up in some ways.
From a headlining role.
From a headlining role, yes, of course, I should clarify that. They're the ones at the top of the bill in this case, and they're both on pay-per-view. So that's really interesting to see what could happen there. The second part is I absolutely agree. If you go in there and for the reasons we've identified about why it's a tough fight for Davis or why it's a tough fight for Santa Cruz, and you can really demonstrate, I think if you're Davis to beat him, you're going to have to show all the things you've shown before, but a little bit more sophistication, a little bit more patience, but also a little bit more output at the same time, a more mature performance. And I think if you're Santa Cruz, you have to be able to show, listen, I can step up at 130 against the biggest puncher, arguably, that you can find in this weight class, and I can withstand him and still keep my style. That means you can port that over to all kinds of different fights. So to me, it's critical, it's promotional, it's really the best of both worlds.
It's Gervonta getting the test that he needs, but it's also Leo exercising a bit of that chip on his shoulder. He went after Gervonta Davis because he felt like none of the other big names were going.
On Twitter, Keith Idek from Boxing Scene is saying that Tank Davis is taking. Here's what he said. Gervonta Davis is taking a practice turn on the Texas Commission scale right now. Gervonta Davis just left the room, not sure what the scale read on his trial run because he was surrounded and the scale was covered with a banner. I think he's going to make weight, but it's still a little, concerning, It's still a little bit concerning. I didn't really like the way he looked yesterday. But at the same time, you got to make 130 pounds. And we saw how he was looking just a couple of months ago. So, of course, this is live. The weigh-in is actually going to be starting soon. This is just their little filler and everything, or the pre-show. Of course, I'm going to be here tomorrow covering all of these fights. I'm covering 4 fights on this card. Diego Magdaleno versus Isaac Cruz. Actually, I might skip that one. I might skip Magdaleno versus Isaac Cruz, depending. But I'm definitely covering Mario Barrios versus Cowboy Ryan Karl, Regis Prograis versus Juan Heraldez, and of course the main event, Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. And we're going to have the winner of all of those fights via Zoom call after each event. So basically, the fight's going to be over. The fighters are going to do Zoom interviews, and then next fight, Zoom interviews, next fight, Zoom interviews, so on. We're also going to have a post-fight show. And, of course, over on Top Rank, ESPN is Inoue versus Maloney. So it's a busy night. So I don't know what they're talking about and when they're going to get to the weigh-in. Let's see.
Bets.
But to induce bets, you never know until you see in the ring. Look, Davis has the type of fight-altering power.
But I already said, I feel that Leo Santa Cruz is going to be able to outwork Tank Davis. Just my personal opinion. I'm entitled to that, right? Gamboa, every fighter has a bad night, where they just don't look too good, But I was never really high on Tank, to be honest with you. And it was risky bringing him back down to 130, If he misses weight again, there's a problem. Well, he's been out there in Vegas quarantined pretty much under watchful eye, probably getting phone calls from Al Heyman every single day of the week, being watched. Everything he's doing is being watched out there. You know, so if he misses weight, it's a health thing. He just can't do it. You know, he just can't do it. But we're going to see. He hasn't missed weight yet. Let's wait till we get to the weigh-in. You know? But if he does make the weight, and if he does win tomorrow, then I'm going to get a motherfucker a standing ovation. Like, oh shit. But at the same time, it's like this, yo. We got to stop motherfucking congratulating fighters for doing their job. You can't tell your boss, like, oh, yeah, boss, I did a really good job today, even though you're supposed to do a fucking good job every day. Oh, yeah, boss, I made sure I followed directions. I made sure I wore my uniform today, boss. You're supposed to wear your uniform every fucking day. So, you know, when you sign a contract to make weight for a fight, you're supposed to make weight for a fight. You know? So I'm not trying to hear that shit. By the way, we got some controversial shit to talk about after the weigh-in in regards to illegal streaming and how boxing is shooting itself in the foot, because the target demographics that they want, 18 to 35 or even younger, know how to free stream. They can do that shit right from their phones. Pay-per-view is a dying model, unless it's like for a super fight that can offset the illegal streaming, something like a Mayweather versus McGregor. You know, a fight has to do at least 1 million buys, in my opinion, maybe about 500 or so, depending on how much the fighters is making, to offset, you know, like the pirating. That shit's easy, man. That shit's easy. You know, let me tell you, sometimes I'll be watching on my phone an illegal stream, you know, if I gotta go run out somewhere, if I got a pay-per-view on or something, and I gotta run to the store. I'm like, oh, let me just check it on here because I can't watch on my phone. I mean, you know, like, what the fuck? What's taking them so long to get to the weigh-in, man? You need to hurry up. 15 minutes of filler so far. 16 minutes. Yeah, man, that shit they job. Like, I'm tired of that shit. It's like, oh, he made weight. Oh, by the way, can you please like the video? I'm not doing this for my health, all right? Help a brother out. You know, what are they talking about, B-Rye?
Certainly does. Regis, Prograis, Juan Heraldez. We'll talk about that later, but let's now go to San Antonio,
All right, here we
Texas,
go. Let's go to full screen.
Go down. It's Jimmy Lennon Jr., folks.
And we're going to talk about everything after the weigh-in, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you and welcome as PBC Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for a big night of action coming away, taking place right here in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas tomorrow night. And it's all brought to you by Mayweather Promotions, TGB Promotions,
I hear it's a lot.
GTD Promotions,
Tank can lose a lot
Santa
of money.
Cruz Boxing Club, and
A whole
Showtime.
lot.
Sponsored by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey, the finest,
How I
the
used to watch
tastiest,
overseas
the
fights.
smoothest liquid gold in the world.
I have
and
the zone at
O'Reilly
ESPN Plus.
Auto Parts. Order your parts online at O'ReillyAuto.com and get free curbside pickup. All right, fans, here we go. We're going to begin with our opening attraction for tomorrow night's pay-per-view attraction taking place at the Alamodome. It's 12 rounds of boxing for a world title eliminator. And now we welcome our fighters to the stage. First, we have the former world title challenger from Las Vegas, Nevada, ranked the IBF number 9 contender. Please welcome Diego Tu Fuego Magdaleno.
I'm not interested in this fight. This is the guy Teofimo stretched.
And now his opponent joining us to the stage, joining us from Mexico City, La Ciudad de Mexico. Ranked the IBF number 6 contender, here is Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
I'm going to be doing other shit while this fight is probably on. I'm going to watch it, but doing a video.
And now our
yeah.
fighters are ready to step onto the scale. The weight limit on this fight is 135 pounds even. It is for the IBF World Title Lightweight Eliminator. First to the scale with a record of 32 wins, 3 losses.
It's an eliminator.
13 of his wins coming by way of knockout.
There goes
He's the
that.
veteran standout world contender, Diego Tu Fuego Magdaleno.
It's easy as shit to find streams, but these people don't get it, man. Barbarian seems to
134
get
and
it.
3/4 pounds, 134 and 3/4 pounds for Diego Magdaleno. Now up to the scale, his opponent, 19-1-1 with 14 knockouts, the rising lightweight contender, Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Something like 250,000 or some shit a pound.
132 pounds even, already 132 pounds.
Well, you know Leo, Al Heyman is Leo God pop. Like Al Heyman and Leo are like really, really close. Maybe closer than him and Floyd, believe it or not. Like they're close. So you may see all that Davis Santa Cruz, in my personal opinion, from what I've gathered, is really Santa Cruz versus Davis.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing. For the IBF Lightweight World Title, Eliminator Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Diego Tufuego Magdaleno.
Fox lost their team. Like they lost all their shoulder content when they laid all them people off. I'm interested to see how they handle
132 for I guess it's Isaac,
Earl Spence versus Danny Garcia pre-fight promotion.
Isaac Cruz 132. He could easily.
We're a month away from that fight, right?
Against Magdaleno, it's going to be interesting. Plus, he's got to walk you down.
Less than a month. Oh no, it's December the 5th.
This is a guy with boxing in his blood. Cruz, just 22 years old, from Mexico, third-generation pro fighter. His grandfather defeated Pepino Cuevas. That's how much it runs through his body. He said, "I may not have the name of Magdaleno coming in, but of everyone on this card, I'm going to make sure you know my name after this fight."
Leo Santa Cruz, firstborn, is named after Al Heyman.
Inside on you, Luke. Could be interesting if he can pressure the veteran Magdaleno, who's been to that title.
It's like
level
Leo,
before.
Al, Santa Heyman, Cruz or some shit.
COVID protocol between all of the
Junior
fighters weighing in. But I think we're going back to Jimmy Leno Jr. right here.
Well, fans, Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in with a special attraction joining us tonight, this afternoon, and tomorrow night of the second bout of the evening, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Order your parts online at O'ReillyAuto.com and get free curbside pickup. Now we bring our fighters to the stage at this time. First, the undefeated fighter from Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is the crafty and speedy Juan Heraldez.
I'm really looking forward to this fight. This Heraldez guy got crazy eyes. Like psycho crazy eyes. He's undefeated. He's got a draw, actually. 16-0-1. Look, don't he look like he mean business? Not really nothing on the resume, though. But you never know, man, these days. And in my personal opinion, wasn't it clear that Regis Prograis had lost to Josh Taylor? He keeps saying it was close and that over there, was the judging
and now we invite
shit.
his opponent up to the stage at this time, a New Orleans native now fighting out of Katy, Texas. He's the hard-hitting and former WBA super lightweight champion of the world, Regis Rougarou Prograis. And our fighters are ready to step onto the scale at this time. Weight limit is 140 pounds in this super lightweight special attraction, scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. First, with a record of 16 wins, no losses and 1 draw. He has 10 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated and skilled fighter from Las Vegas, Juan Heraldez.
Yeah, Broner versus McDonald was in the Alamodome, right?
139.5 pounds, 139.5 for Juan Heraldez.
Speaking of that, Broner might get Regis Prograis.
And his opponent with a fine record of 24 wins, only 1 defeat with 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the current acclaimed top contender and former world champion Regis Rougarou Prograis.
The rumor is he's going to have this fight. Broner's going to have a fight in like January.
141.6 pounds. He steps on the scale and tips it at 141.6. We're going to call that 141.5 pounds.
That's the rumor. I hope they don't try to pay-per-view that though. Broner versus Prograis. I wouldn't, man. Like that's not pay-per-view. I'm sorry. Broner just don't got that name no more, man. But they would try that shit. They will try that shit.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 10-round special attraction super lightweight division. Former world champion versus undefeated fighter, Regis Rougarou Prograis Juan Heraldez.
They would try that shit though, yo. Because a Broner name still, you know, a little bit of a
There
something.
you have it. Regis Prograis coming in at 141.6. Juan Heraldez 139.5. I believe, BC, you are allowed the 1 point allowance for a non-title fight. However, that would still put Prograis about half a pound over. Still, my understanding is
See, he's not supposed to be there.
2 hours to make the weight. Half a pound seems like this fight should go forward, no problem.
Without question, it's
I think he'll lose it.
A bruise to the ego, a bruise to the professionalism.
I saw him
in terms
yesterday.
Of how hard of a camp this may have been for Prograis. It's going to be most interesting, though, Luke, to see how this affects the fight, given this standpoint. Juan Heraldez is the slick boxer of the pair. He's the matador against the bull, so to speak, in what Prograis tried.
Yeah, I had saw at the Zoom call. Was it last week or the week before? I was looking at Prograis. I was like, yo, what weight is he? You know? And then yesterday, or the day before, at the final press conference for the undercard, he was looking all sucked in. You know? And he's been doing a lot, like moved, you know, a couple times. And, you know, I think he had another baby, a lot of shit going on, the new contract, you know, shit like that. But yeah, I think he'll lose. I think he'll lose it. Let's go. This for that fake WBA
Attractions taking place tomorrow night at the Alamodome, sponsored by proper number 12 Irish whiskey, the finest, the tastiest, the smoothest liquid gold in the world.
Not
This
doing this for
bout
my health,
is
ladies
the
and
co-main
gentlemen.
event of the
Please like
evening,
the
the
video.
WBA Super Lightweight World Championship. We welcome our fighters to the stage at this time. First, here's the challenger, a Texas native, ranked the WBA #9 world contender, introducing Cowboy Ryan Karl.
I'm a cowboy.
And his opponent is the defending
On the
world
steel horse I
champion. He'll be
ride.
making the first defense of his title, fighting out of and representing his home of San Antonio, Texas. Here is the defending and undefeated WBA super lightweight champion of the world, Mario El Azteca Barrios.
It's not Mario Barrios' fault he got that fake bullshit belt. Tiafimo's the real champ at 135. No, wait, he's 140, right, Mario Barrios? I'm tripping.
All right, fans, here we go. Let's bring our fighters to the scale. Weight limit on this fight is 140 pounds. It is for the WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. First, we invite with a record of 18-2 with 12 knockouts. He is the challenger, making his first attempt at a world title, Cowboy Ryan Karl.
Damn, this brother is glowing. Somebody get this man a spray tan or something. He's blinding me.
Ryan Karl weighs in right at the limit of 140 pounds,
For fuck's sakes, mate.
140 pounds. And his opponent has a record of 25 wins, no losses, with 16 knockouts. He is the defending, reigning, and undefeated WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Mario El Azteca Barrios.
I hate those fake WBA belts. I hate them shits.
139.5 pounds for the champion, 139.5 for Mario El Azteca
Also,
Barrios.
correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't a lot of people have him like Luke? Did a lot of people have his last fight controversial or some shit? Did he lose? I don't remember. I know he got his jaw broke, right? I don't like no fucking vampires.
And there they are, ladies
I
and
hate them
gentlemen. The World
motherfuckers.
Championship is at stake. It's for the
I can't
WBA
stand no
Super
vampires.
Lightweight Championship of the World. Mario El Azteca Barrios versus Cowboy Ryan Karl.
All right, here we are, the moment of truth.
Barrios, they're coming in 139.5 BC. Cowboy.
The
Ryan
main
Karl,
event is
140.
next.
They both look to be about similar size. They look good on the scales.
Oh, this
All
fight is going to be fun. Make no mistake about it. If you know anything, well, if you know anything about somebody that calls himself Cowboy and wears the hat in combat sports,
Yeah, I
it
covered the
typically
fight.
means you
I
empty
just
the
don't
tank and
remember.
bring it.
My memory is
This
shit.
has been Karl's style. He's been very cavalier. He's been a fun TV fighter, so to speak. But now you see a guy getting serious about title contention. Just 2 defeats. He avenged one of them, Luke. And these guys actually know each other. Barrios from San Antonio.
Let's mute them for a little bit. The main event is next. So you know we got a card tonight. A pretty nice card, to be honest with you, for Friday night joint with Jaime Munguia versus Toriano Johnson. You got the return of Rashidi Ellis. I don't know what Golden Boy's doing with him. Lamont Roach, Marla Esparza versus Yo. All right. The time, God damn it, Candy Kitten. The time is coming. We're here. You think they're going to have to carry Tank to the scale? Remember last time he tried to stiff the way in? He just didn't show up at all, or they had to go get him or something?
Tremendous night of boxing as Premier Boxing Champions presents the highly anticipated champion versus champion double world championship featured attraction brought to you by Mayweather Promotions, TGB Promotions, GTD Promotions, Santa Cruz Boxing Club, and Showtime. Sponsored by Proper Number 12
Munguia
Irish
fight
Whiskey,
tonight.
the
It's a nice
finest,
little
the
card.
tastiest, the smoothest liquid gold in the world, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Order your parts online at O'ReillyAuto.com and get
you ain't
free
getting it, Candy
curbside
Kitten. You've
pickup.
had enough.
Well, fans, this highly anticipated main event, 12 rounds of boxing, double world championship attraction. We're ready to bring our fighters to the stage at this time. First, the distinguished world champion from Los Angeles, representing his heritage of Huetamo, Michoacan, Mexico. He'll be making his 18th appearance in a world title fight. Here is the reigning WBA
What if the
Super
broadcast just
Featherweight
shut off
champion
when
of the
Tank weigh
world, Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz. And now his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, the young star of boxing from Baltimore, Maryland. He is the 3-time 2-division world champion, the current WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta Tank Davis. And we're ready to bring our fighters to the scale for this double world championship, WBA super featherweight and WBA lightweight championship of the world. Scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. The weight limit on this fight is a very strict 130 pounds. First, with a record of 37 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, he has 19 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He's the renowned 4-division world champion, the current reigning and defending WBA super featherweight champion of the world, Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz.
It's 1 real and 1 fake WBA belt on the line. Tank got the fake one.
Leo Santa Cruz weighs in at 129.5 pounds, 129.5 pounds. And now, with a sensational record of 23 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout, he is the popular and acclaimed 3-time 2-division world champion,
Gotta get butt-ass
reigning,
naked.
defending and undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world, Gervonta Tank Davis. 129.75 pounds, 129.75 pounds for the lightweight world champion.
Great
We
for doing
have
your
a
job.
fight. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz for the double world championship.
Can we get some likes of the video for Tank making weight? Likes of the video for Tank making weight? Shamelessly? He great go fuck some shit up. What you think he gonna eat? Tank look like a southern pig feet, motherfucker. Like pig feet. Chitlins. Like he get that shit. Hog maws. No, you know what they shit is? Lake trout. That's they shit down there. Lake trout.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. A tremendous action. Champion versus champion. Two of the best in the world today for the WBA Super Featherweight and WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. Gervonta Tank Davis, Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz.
Thanks. You guys are all that.
So there you have it. You can see
there you go, Tank.
currently there on your feed, Gervonta Davis posing. Great news, folks. He made it. 129.75. Leo Santa Cruz, 129.5. I got to say, BC, I don't know exactly how he made the weight, but you and I have been to a gazillion weigh-ins. I'll say this. I've seen him a lot worse than that. He did it.
Just the same, though. You could feel almost the drama in the tension in the air, knowing that for Tank's history for...
Hey, he did it. You know, he did it. And the thing is, we're not supposed to be happy for him. He's supposed to make weight. We're not supposed to be happy for him. Why am I happy that he made weight? And I was just talking all that shit earlier. Shit. That's his job to make weight. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy he did his job today. You know, I'm happy he didn't get a pink slip or a write-up. So, let's go talk about it. Actually, let's listen to them for a little bit more. See if they get
might look like
some content.
You're telling me we're getting the very best of Gervonta Davis. You know he's going to be dangerous, Luke. From the opening bell in round one to however long this fight goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's got a long future at 130 pounds. Probably not. But our suspicion was correct that the 15 weeks was definitely going to put him in a place where he needed to be to get through this hurdle that he just did today. And so also, if you're just joining us, Gervonta made the weight, but he had to get the towel. He had to get the old promotional thing. But hey, you know what? Listen, again, I've seen a million of these weigh-ins. Sometimes they pull the towel out and you're like, oh, he's going to watch it. And then sometimes they get it and it's no problem.
You hear from fighters so many times. The fight itself can be the
easy
dessert.
part,
It could be the easy part. The real fight is the fight before the fight. And this is when Gervonta passed. So now we move on to this historic bout in a sense where you do have two weight classes, titles in both, at stake in the same fight. Contested at 130 pounds, both fighters made it, but Gervonta Davis's WBA secondary lightweight title will be on the line, along with that super featherweight crown that Leo Santa Cruz just recently won in his last bout.
I love how Brian Campbell not no casual.
Floyd Mayweather, Maidana in 2014, Sugar Ray Leonard, Donnie Lalonde back in the 80s, a handful of times before that. Do you think there's more at stake in this one, Luke? All things considered. Critically or commercially for both fighters?
Ooh.
What we're going to talk about next.
I feel like we live in an... You know, I've not thought about that question, but here's my immediate reaction. Certainly, if you're Tank Davis and Showtime, as you've seen, has given him the all-access treatment, and the videos, we checked them out today, I mean, they're in the millions of views right now, so it appears to have paid off as a bet, right? They went all in on him, and so far it's really working really well. We know Floyd is in his corner. It's not like you can do all these things and then have a bad showing at the box office and all is forgiven. But I will say this. We also live in an age in sports where NBA ratings down, NFL ratings to an extent down, baseball ratings down. Combat sports has done pretty well through all of that. Of course, there are some ups and downs there too. I will say
Showtime hasn't, though.
Disastrous in some way. Yeah, of course, they'll come back to haunt him. I don't think it's going to be that way. I actually think it's going to do really well. But I do feel like if it doesn't hold up to the loftiest of expectations, he'll be forgiven, given that they're going to have 11,000 people in an arena that can have many multiples of that. Where are you on this equation?
You know, for as much as you want to talk about the brand, again, both guys are talking more about
they're making some good points, though, but they're dancing around
that
it.
they felt they haven't gotten, that maybe they should have.
They're talking about pay-per-view buys.
Looking in the larger pound-for-pound discussion, just haven't kicked that door, and this fight gives them that opportunity. For as great as Tank Davis has looked, and he's looked fantastic, he really hasn't fought anybody with the accomplishments, the reputation, the combined talent of Leo Santa Cruz. Even though in theory he's the smaller man moving up, he'll be the taller man, he'll be the longer man, he'll be the more experienced man at this very title level. So we talked before they stepped on the scales about.
All right, yeah, let's talk. So, as I said, I got Leo, and I got Leo because what if Tank Davis can't knock Leo out? I don't see Tank Davis as a masterful boxer. I see him as a great fighter, but not a masterful boxer that will be able to have all these different tricks in his bag to be able to keep a guy like Leo Santa Cruz if he's not able to knock him out off of him. Leo Santa Cruz breaks records when he fights out there, throwing over 1,000 punches a fight. Tank Davis threw, according to CompuBox or CompuStats or punch numbers, threw only 321 punches against Yurkis Gamboa. 321. So what if he can't knock Leo out? We seen Leo get wobbled by Cole Frampton, but can Tank Davis do that? I'm not saying Leo Santa Cruz wants to get hit. Leo Santa Cruz has a height and reach advantage, and we also seen that Leo Santa Cruz has shown that if he wants to, he can box. So there's a lot of different questions, man. A lot. And going on to the next subject, you've been watching the news, or if you haven't, you've been hearing about how, you know, they want people to stay away from their families when it comes to Thanksgiving and all that. They want people to start sheltering up in their houses. Looting here in Philadelphia. People are broke. And this pay-per-view trend is not a good look. But with the PBC Al Heyman system, those guys command a lot of money. And Showtime,
I broke my back.
can't.
What do you mean by that? You
My
broke
back is broken.
what? A vertebrae or what
Well,
portion?
Spinal.
Count Drago has just donated $2. I'll never forget how he ate poor Evander's ear. Shame. Good job on Tank. Great weekend of fights.
Yeah. Busy night. Thanks, Count Drago. What I was saying was that, you know, people don't have this money to be buying these pay-per-views. Showtime can't pay a Tank Davis of $2 million and a Leo Santa Cruz of $2 million. They don't have that money in the budget. It's not like what ESPN was able to do to get a little bit extra money. And I don't know who else put in money, if Top Rank put in money too, to keep Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez off of pay-per-view. And what did it do? A rating success during quarantine. People watched, people tuned in. It was streamed on ESPN and watched on regular ESPN. The PBC system doesn't have that, especially since PBC on Fox is major significant cuts they had. Budget cuts. So that's why we get a Tank Davis versus a Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. Now, how is this pay-per-view going to do? For one, it's free over in the UK. That says a whole lot right there. Because you know why? It's because if you're in the know, then you now know how to watch the fight for free. Pay-per-view is done. It's on Channel 5 over in the UK. You know, it's not on Sky. Pay-per-view is done. Because as I said earlier in the video, the what they call the target demographics, that 18 to 35 and even younger, the teens and the new growing young boxing fans who don't have the money to buy pay-per-views, who parents are not going to give them the money to buy pay-per-views because they don't want to or they don't have it. They're like, I'm not putting that $75 on my bill. What do the kids do? Hey, you got that link? Yo, send me a link. Yo, what are you at? Oh, you ain't know you can watch fights on such and such? Oh, I'm going. And then look, they ain't never paying for a fight again. Unless they're having a fight party or something. So I be thinking, like, these people are multimillionaires, but are they, like, really paying attention, like, to what the fuck is going on? Especially during an era where people are cutting the cord more than ever. That means people are getting rid of cable. People are sharing streaming services. Hey, can I get your login? Okay, everybody, we cutting this out. We got to cut these bills back. So we all going on this one Amazon, you know, like account. You can make different, you know, shit like that. So it's like, this is kind of, and I support the fighters, but this is kind of a fucking smack in the face. Like, they think people dumb. People not buying this shit. Yeah, it's going to be people like me. Why am I buying it? Because, hello, I got to cover it. And in order for me to do my little highlights and my little fucking digital nerd shit, I got to be able to buy the pay-per-view. I can't operate by streaming the fight. I can't work. It don't work like that. So it's just like, for people who are not having a fight party or whatever, people know how to hook their TVs up to their fucking, their laptops up to their TVs or Chromecasters or Fire Sticks. And it's just like, yo, do these motherfuckers not know it's easy as shit to watch these fights? And they putting this shit on pay-per-view? Like, it's a smack in the face. And it's like, you know what? We, media, we're not supposed to talk about it. It's like, a wrestler coming out, a pro wrestler come out and say, well, where this is all fake. You're not supposed to talk about it. Like, them shits is easy as shit to watch for free, bro. I got an app on my phone where I got every channel in the world for free. They lucky I'm not no motherfucking scumbag, or I'll be streaming all this shit too, because I'd be like, yo, I'm not buying that shit. When we get Tio versus Lomo on ESPN, and y'all had a nerve to try to charge us $75 for this shit? But no, if I didn't need it for this shit, I wouldn't be buying these shits. Fuck that. Yeah, let's see what they're talking about. This is still live. Oh, we got another weigh-in stream. Oh shit, we got to hold up.
Spirit with Tank and the product that he puts forward to boxing fans that not only attracts the younger and casual audience, but attracts the celebrities. People want to be near it. There's a sort of unspoken it factor to him that, again, Floyd Mayweather really had to climb the critical ladder first in his career, became the pound-for-pound king in his early 20s, according to some experts, and it took him a while to develop that persona, that ability to bring fans in there. Floyd also a much more defensive-minded fighter, especially in his welterweight run, where Tank has different advantages that Floyd doesn't entering his first pay-per-view fight right here. We want to learn more about his boxing ability, but he can bring people because of the knockouts. He's got a celebrity connection already. He's the real deal from the star factor. Gotta earn it in the ring, and that's why Leo is dare to be great, right place, right moment, right time. Can he be the right guy, though, to disarm and expose Tank? We can only find that out Halloween night.
So let's talk about that for just a second. We've been talking about what happens if Davis wins and what it does and means for the next generation of boxing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Santa Cruz is 32, so...
We don't know how many boxers have already taken pay cuts. We got a stream. I'm doing one more weigh-in stream. Let me see what time it comes on. The Inoue versus Maloney top rank stream. I need to take a nap, actually. For real. I've been doing boxing shit all week. Let me see what time this weigh-in comes on for Inoue versus Maloney. And I'm really interested in Michaela Mayer versus Ewa Brodnicka. She likes to kiss. I can't really say it because YouTube demonetized my last video. But anyway, it might be some high erotica. Boxing erotica. So at 4 p.m., we're doing a stream of the Inoue versus Maloney weigh-in. That's at 4 p.m. So yeah, what was I saying? I was ranting about something, right? I was getting real mad. I was getting real into it. Damn, I forgot what it was. Oh, boxing's going to have to start taking pay cuts, man. It's not the same no more. We're in like a new normal. Look at this shit. It's hard to watch the news now because of all the crazy shit going on in the world. People don't have the money. Those days are over. I don't know what's up with Canelo. The WBC is on some fishy shit with him too. They were supposed to have the Yildirim purse bid or give an update about a week or so ago, and they haven't yet. They on some shit. What, niggas out here literally punching niggas in the face for money, and Shell ain't paying. What? Oh, still ain't paying? Canelo's tied up. Yeah, Canelo's situation is ugly, man. But at this point, I mean, DAZN is trying to make a big comeback, but their shit is only $20 a month. That's a big difference between this $75 they're trying to give us, bro. We're trying to get people to pay. Remember, I got to pay for UFC every month to be able to cover that shit on here, too. But one thing about UFC is they don't fuck around with giving us the fights that we want. Yeah, they be having shitty pay-per-views, but when it comes to, like, the best fighting the best, they like, yo, like, you better fight him or we're going to shame you in the media. Boxing, these motherfuckers bullshit around too long. Mayweather put out a statement to some he wants Tank, if he beats Leo, to have one more fight before he fights Teofimo. Yo, fuck out of here. Y'all need to stop bullshitting around with these fights, man. Like, I think that they owe us to clear up this fucking franchise shit. They owe us fucking Teofimo versus Devin Haney, even though I know Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia moves the needle more. I'm tired of these fucking bullshit boxing fights, man. And remember me, I paid my fucking dues. I've been on YouTube covering boxing in some capacity for damn near 10 years, man. You know how many trash fights I covered? Fucking Mickey Rourke. Fucking fighting dead trash. People flopping around. You know how many people I seen flop and just throw fights? How many people I seen quit? How many fights I seen get spoiled and not happy because motherfuckers took too long to fight each other? That shit gets you mad. Sitting here up all night buying all these fucking gadgets and electronics, headsets and fucking foam and shit. Fucking bullshit fights. I'm sorry. I'm untethered. All right? I don't want to see no Tank Davis win and then like, oh, Abner Maris come back. We're going to make Tank Davis versus fucking Abner Maris. No. I don't want to see no motherfucking Tank Davis versus who? Fucking, oh, he's going to move up and fight Ryan Cowboy Karl because it's a step up at 140. I'm not trying to see that shit. I'm tired of you niggas. That goes for you, Eddie Hearn. That goes for you, Al Heyman. That goes for fucking you. I don't like cussing Al Heyman or talking bad. That goes for you, Bob Arum. That goes for fucking Lou DiBella, fucking Frank Warren. And you know what? I have doubts that fucking Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois gonna fight. The shit probably gonna fucking get secretly canceled. Shit make me sick, man. I've covered some fucked up trash, yo, over the years. I've covered some low down, despicable, these motherfuckers still talking?
Davis, but I'm going to say this. Davis cannot beat Santa Cruz fighting with the same general, not specific tactical approach, but the general strategic, lackadaisical approach he brought into the Gamboa fight. And the Nunes fight was just kind of weird because it was so short. I think he's going to have to be, you cannot play Leo Santa Cruz's game with volume, but you can't let him get away with it either. You have to match that intensity just enough where you stay within the confines of your game, and I think I need to see him work behind the jab a little bit more.
They just fill in time. That's all that is. They just fill in time. But yeah. Oh, yo, Spence versus Crawford, because see, Errol Spencer's on his way to 154. You know, so listen, they can't bullshit around. I'm tired. Sometimes, did you notice, like with boxing, fights be marinating 3-4 years and shit. Like, why y'all gotta marinate so long? Put this shit in the fucking oven. Like, fucking like, nah, we gotta make sure the juices get infused into the fight. We gotta make sure, like, I'm tired of it, man. Like, the timing is not right. And then one of these motherfuckers gonna go on and lose, and then boom, the shit's over. Tired of it. And these stupid ass judges, these fucking dickhead judges piss me off too. But yeah, man, that's the sport, man. You know, and I love the sport. I just be here, I love the sport. Like, I just, you know, this is my shit. I love boxing. But it's low down. All the motherfuckers too. They all gotta fight each other. Like, all this, like, fucking fighting sparring partners. Leo Santa Cruz did that shit for like 3 years, you remember? Fighting sparring partners on Mayweather undercards. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. So, yeah, I'm going to take a couple-hour break because we got the Inoue stream to do. If I don't do a stream, I'm going to do a recap of that because I really need to step away from this PC. And maybe go get some lunch or something. And then I'm going to be here for the DAZN card tonight that starts at... Let's go check real quick. What are they talking about? They still running their mouth.
Good combinations, good body work, stands in the southpaw position. A lot to like with that guy.
Yeah, certainly. And as you're seeing the highlights there in picture form, he had a world title at 140 pounds, Regis Pro.
So, all right. So, what was I doing? Oh, we got to end the video. So listen, I'm teaching you controversy with FightView360.com. Oh, the zone card. Let me see. That starts at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'm interested in that card, even though they didn't promote it, but I'm interested in it. I'm like, yo, that joint gonna be tight. It's got 4 fights I'm interested in. That's